Welcome, everybody, to Drunk with Buds, a show about trying new beers with some friends and having discussions you would normally have at a bar. As always, we get all of our beer information from the Untapped app. That's
UNTAPPD.
You can now follow the show on there at Drunk with Buds.
Pull out your long boxes, grab your bags and boards, and kiss any chance of losing your virginity away. Today, this episode is comic book, TV show, movie full. Deep dive into the panels and pages of an art and a story medium that millions love. Just like Gwenpool, we're going to peel back this world and journey into the places that we've all seen ourselves in when we're reading these pages. Our guide to this is a content creator, comedy sketch artist, satirical genius of TikTok and YouTube, Nikhil Clayton. We will be trying 4 beers from Westbrook Brewing, Smooj, and Equilibrium Brewing, Martin House Brewing, as we walk through the jungles of Wakanda. Honer will bring us to the West Coast Avengers for dive bar reviews. Bruce will channel the Grandmaster in his contest of trivia champions in Bruce Trivia. Beer Flights, we will search for the secret origins of our guest. Is he a villain, a hero, or a sidekick? We'll find out. Pub Talk today is extra special. The announcements at Comic-Con San Diego about the upcoming MCU movies and TV shows. We're going to break it all down and pull it apart like an alien autopsy. Everything around here is becoming a little bit spooky, maybe even a little kooky with Nick Kyle around.
We are getting drunk with Drunk with Buds. We are getting drunk with I'm so drunk with Buds. Drunk with Buds. Drunk with Buds. We are getting drunk with Buds.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Drunk with Buds. I am the host today, Honer, and I am with Bruce.
Hey, how you doing? No longer best friends.
You left me, so now you're no longer bestie. All right, and I have Nikhil, Clayton. Nikhil Clayton.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. And Bruce is in love with you, so we know we're going to have a good time here.
I'm not worthy.
You know what we're worthy of? This first beer.
Woo! Sweep the Leg, Batch 3 by Equilibrium Brewing. It is a local special. We got this at Citywide Liquor Store right here in South Bend, Indiana. Sweep the Leg Batch 3 is an IPA triple New England hazy, 10% ABV with no available IBUs. We've had 1,100 check-ins worldwide for an average score of 4.23. The style guide says we start off with flaked oats and wheat base before a Citra and Simcoe Whirlpool. We dry hop it with Citra, Galaxy, Sabro, Monteka, and Simcoe. Sweep the Leg pours a bright tangerine with notes of big tropical fruit salad next to a pina colada in a coconut shell with a fresh lime wedge on the brim. The taste is ripe tropical island fruit, flake coconut, assorted citrus with a touch of a sweet lime in the creamy EQ juice forward finish. This beer will sweep your leg if you're not careful with it. It should taste hoppy, smooth, creamy, tropical, and sweet. What's everyone think? Your first thoughts on Sweep the Leg?
Yeah, man. So definitely an IPA. Very citrusy. I can taste the oranges and everything. I'm definitely going to finish it, but it's going to be a struggle for me, especially being the first one.
It smells very acidic and tropical, and the head has a good creaminess to it, which is kind of weird to say, but
We like creamy head.
yeah. And then you're right, it is an IPA, but it doesn't have the strongest bite.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, but
Pretty smooth.
it's still there. Very hint. How do you feel, Nick? Oh my God, I'm gonna suck at saying his name every time.
You can just call me Nick. Easier.
Nick.
Yeah,
Okay, how do you like it, Nick?
I love it. I love IPAs in general, and this tastes delicious. I don't have a very refined way of talking about beer, but I dig it.
You don't have to have a refined way. Just tell us what you like and dislike about it.
Yeah, you can say this beer tastes like ass, or this tastes like amazing God juices.
I think it's closer to amazing God juices for sure. I'm gonna drink it probably pretty quickly.
Ooh, 10% hitting hard, right? First thing. It's not a marathon, it's just a sprint.
Oh, he's slurping that bitch.
He's ordering this at in Valhalla right next to Thor.
Absolutely.
The nectar of the gods.
Speaking of a godly disembodied voice, we have a Pint Hophead, our beer weatherman, telling us what's in forecast today. Hey, Pint, what's up? It's time to check in with our beer weatherman, Pint Hophead. What's the forecast for beer this week?
The beer is
Ooh, this beer is super.
Thanks, Pint. There you go, folks. The beer forecast is super.
Ooh. Every beer today has got to be super.
Superheroes. We're talking MCU today.
There we are.
Man, he can forecast pretty good again.
Yeah, you didn't even tell him.
No, I didn't.
That's awesome. Speaking of, let's get into our first segment. 1, 2, Pub Talk. Pub Talk with Bruce, Nick, and me, Honer. So, today, we've got the MCU's future, man. We've got Phase 5 and 6 announced. Bruce, what the fuck's that all about, man?
Well, I mean, I wasn't there or anything. I wish I was in the crowd, but they announced, I believe they announced all the TV shows and all the movies for Phase 5. And then they left this big blank thing for Phase 6, except for, boom, they revealed Fantastic Four is going to start Phase 6. And in the end of Phase 6 is 2 Avenger movies, The Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Nick, what do you think about these announcements? What are some of the things that you're stoked for? I mean, we're gonna get deep dive into it. Like, what do you hope is gonna happen? Everything. Why don't we start with Phase 5, Nick? What do you
Phase 5, I'm very interested for. Let me see what exactly is involved in Phase 5. But I think Phase 5 is going to really help us set up, like, the conflict that's going to be this big, like, of this saga, the multiverse saga. Because the big complaint with Marvel so far has been people talking about how it's not connected. And I think that's going to change with Phase 5. Because we're starting off with Quantumania, which is going to tie directly into Loki, and have Kang as the bad guy, and probably win. And then we have Secret Invasion, Guardians 3, Loki 2, Marvels. Everything's just sort of building and building. And then, interestingly, though, the most interesting thing to me on Phase 5 is that instead of an Avengers film, it ends with the Thunderbolts. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah. Like, the government has to, they want a more controlled step in. They've been seeding that, right, with Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld. She's playing, I can't remember her name right now.
She's playing the Contessa.
Yeah.
Something Valentina.
Yeah.
But
the Countess, right?
Yeah, the Countess. Or Madam Hydra, as the easier name.
I mean, I think Phase 4 has been kind of for me. But honestly, if you look back on it, it's just introducing newer characters that you're just to prepare you for the movies.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Like they used to just do like the movies, like do their origins and everything. But now they found a way to just do it into TV form, which I think works better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I think people forget that Phase 1 and Phase 2 was exactly what they're complaining about. Like, they just did these movies, like you said. And then there might be like a little seed. There may be a seed that they cross over. They're connected, but they're not connected.
I mean, everything is multiverse. And yeah, it's like, okay, what multiverse are they in? Is kind of what we're all guessing now. So that could be a connection. And then now you're going to have all these movies that are actually explaining more multiverse stuff. And now you can just branch off into different realms. Yeah. Instead of just being on our Earth. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless now for any of these.
I'm actually looking forward to Secret Invasion because it's sitting there as a TV show, right? Nick, is that correct?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
So, like, I think that's it might have the biggest impact, I feel, for Phase 5.
For being a show.
Because they can undo things and essentially they can use it to retcon without actually it be a retcon, because the invasion's already started who knows how long ago, right? So some of these characters that we've seen dead, maybe that wasn't them who died, it was the Skrull version of them. They could retroact some stuff.
I'm very willing to believe that Secret Invasion is going to play right out of Captain Marvel, and since the Skrulls arrived in the 80s or in the 90s, they've been infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. and such like that. That would be my belief on Secret Invasion.
But do you think they're going to use that show to, like, unkill somebody?
Like Black Widow?
No, because they've already set up most characters to have legacies. Like, Black Widow's not coming back because we're in the age of Yelena now.
Yeah.
Hell
But
yeah, we are.
it's going to reveal that Nick Fury has been off-world longer than we thought. At minimum, I think he hasn't been seen for real since Avengers, and possibly the only time we saw the real Nick Fury was in Captain Marvel. Or not minimum. Minimum would be to say when he dies, quote unquote, in Winter Soldier, that's when he's replaced by the Skrull.
Oh,
I
okay.
think,
so he wasn't the one who used the pager. He wasn't the one that used the pager right before you turned to dust. That would have been the Skrull version of him?
Yeah. Well, we do know that by the time Far From Home happens, which is like 5 years later because of Endgame, but only minutes later for that Nick Fury, he's already a Skrull.
Yes. And so is Maria Hill.
Yeah. So it's very possible. I think the easy way to go would say that when he was killed in Winter Soldier, he was replaced by a Skrull. And the harder way to go would be to say that when they established that like Skrull asylum in Captain Marvel, he stayed there and made Sword. And it's been Talos the entire time. But Secret Invasion is supposed, like, as a concept, is supposed to fuck you up like that. It's supposed to make people realize, like, what you thought the whole time wasn't true. So I hope they take the bigger risk and reveal that we just don't know Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Because it could also have a more badass, like, I love Samuel L. Jackson, but he does not have the near omnipotence and scariness of Nick Fury currently.
Yeah, the foretelling.
Reestablishing him as sort of the man on the wall concept, sitting in like his space station guarding Earth, like that would be cool.
And then the rumor mill's dropping, and some confirmation that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Quake is finally going to come in. Chloe Bennett, you think she's going to make her appearance in Secret Invasion? Because that's how she kind of came in the comic book. She was one of his secret warriors.
She could come in Secret Invasion. My thing with that is, since the reveal that Kamala from Ms. Marvel is a mutant instead of an Inhuman, I don't know how much they're going to want to go back to the Inhumans.
Yeah, well, I just assumed that they would just call her a mutant as well. Do you think the Eternals, the life force being sapped away from the Celestial, is the thing that was going to unlock the mutant genes in people?
I don't know. I kind of hope nothing unlocks the mutant genes in people. I've always been of the opinion that if you go that way and have like a big thing that jumpstarts people into having mutant powers, that is just the Inhumans and Terrigen Mist.
Yeah.
The whole thing is that they should just be born with it. So it sucks that they haven't been around the whole time, but I feel like we could do stories like Kamala and just have like these small people that are suddenly realizing they have powers, and it works just fine.
Which let's go around the table here. Which movie in 5 do you hope? What are you looking forward the most to? And then there's blank spaces in 6. So we'll also give what you hope is going to fill one of those blank spaces. Honer, you haven't spoke for a second, so you go first.
Yeah, man. So obviously Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm ready for that one. I love their movies, and I want to see how they end it off with them being together.
Yeah.
Because they said it'll be the last time they're actually together.
Mm-hmm.
So that movie-wise, I'm excited for that one, of course. I love that whole cast. And then for the show, I think Agatha, Coven of Chaos. I just want to see more of her from what happened from WandaVision. I want to see exactly who she is because I know plays a big part.
Yeah.
And she kind of like trains Wanda. Is that a thing?
In the comic book, she
Yeah.
was one of her trainers.
So I want to see exactly how that comes to be if it does.
With the name change too, because it wasn't House of Harkness before, and now it's Coven of Chaos.
Yeah.
Now it's Coven of Chaos. I think to bring it more in line to Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
But, like the same.
How about you, Nick? What is the movie in Phase 5 that or TV show project MCU wise that you're most looking forward to? And then fill in the blank. What do you think is going to happen? What do you want to pop up in 6? Those blank spaces.
So I think I think my most highly anticipated movie would also be Guardians 3. I just like the owner was saying, I love the cast and it's going to be the final send off of them, and I'm very interested in what they do. It also has the human evolutionary in it, which is one of my favorite villains. So I'm very excited to see him adapted to screen. As far as TV shows, not even TV shows, but just in general, I'm very interested in how they're going to pull off Echo and Blade, because those seem to be two much more grounded, not even like realistic, but like grittier, stylized content. So, like, I don't know how much they're going to pull from the Wesley Snipes movies for Blade, or if they're just going to go and do their whole new thing.
I'm looking forward the most for Born Again, Daredevil, and they're giving it a full episode ride here, like network TV style. They haven't really announced how long the episodes are going to be, if they're going to be little half-hour ones or hour ones, but I don't really care.
Everyone's assuming hour. If it turns out to be 18 half-hour episodes, that would actually be hilarious. Everyone would hate it.
I don't know. I wouldn't hate it. I love seeing Daredevil. I saw a still of him in the yellow costume for She-Hulk coming out, which is pretty cool. I really dug his appearance in the Spider-Man movie, giving little hints there. You know, I did in Phase 6, filling a blank spot. I kind of want to dabble in something that they're only kind of hinting at with Wakanda Forever. I think Namor should get a standalone, especially with the little mix-up that they're making him like Mexican descent on this one.
Yeah.
They put a spotlight on a lesser-known character because, I mean, he's a part of the Illuminati in the comic books. Like, he's a big entity. And,
he's the first Marvel supervillain, technically, ever.
Yeah, he has a very contentious relationship. Very inclined with the Fantastic Four because he's in love with Sue. Isn't everyone in love with Sue for some reason?
No, yeah, he's Sue Storm's side piece.
Whenever she gets mad at Reed. Now, when
he's
go ahead.
Character. Also, the first mutant and everything. Like, he is. It's about time we got Namor. A lot of people don't even know that Namor is what inspired Aquaman, not the other way around.
Yeah,
that's how old.
And with the Fantastic Four, do you think they're gonna try to follow suit with John Krasinski, or are they gonna go a different route?
Oh, I think they're definitely going a different route. I think my personal belief is that Krasinski wanted too much money, because they released a statement that was way later saying that they used Krasinski just because it was fan service for the cameo, and that they were going to go in a different direction for the movie. But I feel like they would not have done that. I think they would have tried to pursue Krasinski, and it just didn't work out. But I think we're getting a different Reed when it comes time for it to happen.
How ironic would it be that they went with a different actor for Reed than John Krasinski, but they did cast Emily Blunt, John Krasinski's wife, as Sue Storm?
That'd be funny.
We need Jessica Alba back.
Ooh, I don't know. A lot of people hated that choice.
I don't care. I just like watching the movie.
What has been your favorite TV show or MCU movie, Nick, going forth so far? What's happened in your past? Which one's your champion?
In the general, what's my favorite MCU movie?
Movie or TV show?
I think Infinity War is still, like, I won't say it's the best of the movies, but it is the most fun and the most, like, nostalgic for me of, like, because I've been watching this franchise since I was 8, and it was great to see it all come together. And even though it ended sadly, but Infinity War is the most fun time.
Honer, how about you?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say Endgame just because it has that one scene where everybody just pops up on screen.
Oh, okay.
I just fucking loved it.
On your left.
Yeah. I was like, wow, they really did that.
They finally said assemble.
Yeah. I was like, this is amazing.
My favorite and go-to movie is the first Ant-Man. I can watch that any time of day. It may not be the best movie of the thing, but it's my favorite and go-to. And just the fact that Kevin Feige has confirmed that Michael Pena has his storytelling he does on those movies, so you know how he tells his story, he has it for the entire MCU saga. They've recorded one for him telling the entire movie and TV show saga so far.
Okay.
So like I want to be able to see this. It's there.
So I might have lied. That was my favorite scene of the movies.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm thinking about it, like the beginning's really boring as fuck.
And what, Ant-Man?
Endgame.
Oh, okay.
And then finally when they start time traveling and shit is when I finally was getting into it. But Thor Ragnarok is my favorite.
Oh,
I can watch that anytime, any day.
Ragnarok's also a wonderful time.
Yeah, it's really fun. I did not like Love and Thunder as much as I was hoping I would.
I liked Love and Thunder. I was one of the rare people.
Yeah,
I liked it. I didn't love it.
You actually saw it then?
Yeah.
Because it was like too much comedy, trying to be too funny at all points, turns.
For me, I thought that with Ragnarok. Like, that's what I was really surprised to hear people saying, was like, because at least in Love and Thunder, there is an emotional core of the story with Jane. Like, when Jane's sacrifice is played seriously. In Ragnarok, you have, like, the Warriors 3 and all of Asgard and stuff die, and every single time it's a joke. Like, that was what I left Ragnarok thinking that was a little too jokey.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it had the emotion or whatever, but I think it took itself a little bit more seriously. Like when you had Love and Thunder, you had what's his name, Gore. Mm-hmm. Whenever you had him on screen, I was like, hell yeah, here we go, it's gonna be badass. And then all of a sudden, he's barely on there, barely in the movie, and then all of a sudden you have Thor trying to help the kids in the cage, and he's just making jokes the whole time instead of being like a hero to them. He was just really annoying at that time, and I was like, dude, this guy is just a joke in this movie. I felt like everybody was just making jokes constantly, and the goats were annoying as fuck.
I've seen things where they said that there's a 3-hour version of that movie. They cut a lot, so I wonder.
Maybe that's where the emotions were.
I wonder what hit the floor that we're missing. Like probably more Jane stuff. I felt like, to me, I actually thought that should have had more Jane stuff. Yeah. I think her sacrifice was good, but I felt like it didn't have the weight it needed as much. I think if we would have saw more of her character doing that, more of the hitting harder on the fact that every time she turns into Thor, that she's wiping out the thing that could possibly save her.
Yeah, they showed her like that one impact.
Just the one time.
And then all of a sudden, then she came back and it's like, oh, wow, she's killing herself. Haha. You know, it's like, all right, well, then she dies. And then the kids fighting. That was actually badass.
I've seen the memes now that generated that if Thor can just give his power willy-nilly, why couldn't he do that to win Endgame and Infinity War?
I was like, if you can make any random object equivalent to Mjolnir, like, I feel like there was a time that would have been more applicable than in this moment with, like, the fucking Mjolnir stuffed animals and shit.
He was saving it for the King Dynasty.
I just feel like they needed a line of dialogue in there going like, you know, something like you could, James is like, you could always do that, empower these people. It's like, no, I'm finally unlocked more ability, you know, in this time than I had before.
Yesterday, otherwise I obviously would have used it when we were battling to save the universe.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. I didn't know back then.
Yeah, so speaking of obvious things, I'm obviously going to tell you what I think about this beer, but perhaps, Nick, you should tell us what you think of this beer first. It's time for our final thoughts. Tell us what you liked, disliked, and then we use the Untapped rating scale from 0 to 5 by quarters. We need you just to give it a good ranking of what you think it is. 0 being the trash that you never want to drink again. You would probably serve it to your enemy because you want them to see them puke. Or 5, it's the best beer or drink you've ever had. You can have it almost any time and always come back to it. Nick, what did you think?
I think it was really good. It was really sweet and like smooth and nice. I'd give it like a 4.
Nice.
Hey. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
That's it? No
Yeah.
preamble, no nothing?
No, nothing else.
I'm going to get it a 3.75. I'm not a huge IPA guy, but when I do like them, it's usually the doubles and the triples because they lose some of that hoppy bite that I dislike in most IPAs. It's very easy to drink. It only had a little tinge of the hop taste. Very citrusy, very creamy. I highly recommend it, and a lot of bang for your buck with that 10%.
Bang, bang.
So we're going to go to our quick sponsor.
Looking for a cool craft beer bar? Hop Station Craft Bar has over 30 rotating taps and hundreds of bottles and cans to enjoy. They also do can purchases for carryout. Not a fan of beer? Well, you're in luck because they have a unique cocktail menu as well. So come enjoy the arcade games, dart boards, and the pool table. Oh, did we forget to mention the food? Whether you want street tacos or delicious pizza, you can't go wrong. With the outdoor patio, it won't be hard for you to find the perfect spot to relax. So head down to Hop Station, the #1 craft beer bar in Indiana. You'll find them on 318 Union Street, Mishawaka, Indiana. Oh, yeah. We choosing to agree to disagree when it comes to Thor and Love and Thunder Man, cause we do that shit standing in the sand, gonna choke you like I'm the man, gonna stand on your grave like I'm a fucking goat. I standing on the hill like I'm a fucking goat. Yeah, yeah. She like to deep throat. Free beats, no copyright, agree. Free type beat, 2022 trap beat instrumental by Beats Provider on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. We took a shot break, and now we are back with beer number 2. It's Prickly Pear Pina Colada Lab Smooj Hard Seltzer, 5% ABV, not available IBU, 931 check-ins for a 4.48 out of 5 average. Smooj is a nano brewery from Ann Arbor, Michigan. So if you are in Michigan, you can get this locally. Also, Style Guide says, heavily fruited hard seltzer loaded with all natural prickly pear, pineapple, coconut, and key lime. Technically a seltzer, but with a thick, smoothie-like texture. Tropical, smooth coconut, pineapple, pear.
Now, on the app, I did see someone say that next time they would have it with a little bit of tequila. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Somebody said really tasty breakfast drink.
Nick, what do you think about this beer so far?
This one I'm less positive about. It's very fruity. I'm not a big fan of fruits in general in life, but it's tasty. It tastes like a milkshake almost or something.
Yeah, the head is very creamy. I get the little prickly pear beginning, and then it's just colada all day long.
So we got another creamy head, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah, so it looks like Pepto-Bismol. Doesn't taste like it, though, so that's good.
Definitely.
It's very pink, just how I like it. I like this a lot. You can definitely taste that pina colada in there. I'm not really too sure about the prickly pear yet because my head is all the way up right now. And I got to suck it down.
Ooh. Well, while he's sucking that down, I'll bring the intro into the next segment.
Who? What?
When?
Where?
Why?
And how? Welcome to Beer Flight. This is where we have a deep dive into our guests and find out everything about them. I just said it twice because I needed it twice.
Because we're going to find out everything about this guy.
And this first one is the most in-depth question we can possibly ask as the first question to any guest we could possibly have ever. Nikhil, who are you?
My name's Nikhil. I'm an influencer, prospective filmmaker one day. That's basically it, actually. I like comic books.
Okay.
I guess it's a good wrap up of who I am, I think.
He's a simple guy.
He's a simple guy. Let's dive into more of who you are. Like, you're a drinker. I mean, you're drinking with us. So what was your first beer? Do you remember?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if it was the first. Like, I had some beer as a kid, like sips and tastes and drinks and stuff. But the first like actual beer I ever got, my grandfather ordered for me when he took me to Belgium when I was 16,
Oh.
and then I wasn't gonna drink there because at the time I wasn't like very pro drinking, and he was like, "No, you should have a beer," and then he bought me it and gave it to me. It was, I don't remember what it was, but it was tasty. Well, I think
International
it
flair.
genuinely may have just been Stella Artois, even though we were in Belgium.
Oh, okay. Got that international beer flavor.
Yeah, so next question for you, Nick. What has been your favorite video series, one-off skit that you have done so far? And which one, which one got you to where you are now?
Well, that's a very different question. So I started out making just like videos talking about comics or random pop culture things, and I got nowhere for like 4 months. And then I made a video making a skit about the IRS, and that blew up. And then I did the IRS series for over a year, and that got me a lot of followers. Independent of that, I used to do a series that wasn't related to comic books at all. That was about like aliens invading Earth. That was just joking about like how they would show up on Earth, and then like a bear would eat them, and they'd be really confused. Was basically like that kind of premise, that the stuff you don't really see in alien invasion movies that would still fuck with aliens. And that blew me up to like 300,000 followers. And then after that, I made the Addams Family videos about like the Addams Family moving to Gotham.
My favorite.
Which actually spun directly out of, I put in my IRS series, I had someone commissioned a video of the IRS taxing Gomez Addams, and that video got like 1 million views or something. And I was like, a lot of people love the Addams Family. I should work them into a new series. And so I started the Addams Go to Gotham, and that got really popular. That helped blow me up. And then what I really took off for was I made a series about Marvel characters from the comics meeting their MCU counterparts. And that got me to where I am right now, and around 700,000.
Nice. And which one of those is your favorite?
I like them all. Usually, like, the fact that I do them so often makes me really like them. I think the Alien series was something I really enjoyed because I could do it so quickly, because it was just me ranting to my phone for a minute, and I usually filmed it in real time. So it was nice that I could just go into my room and film something in a minute and come back out and then have a video that did well. But I also really like the Addams content because it gave me the chance to play with a lot of characters and basically do fan fiction. Like, it was a lot of narratives that I was writing that I didn't get to usually do. And that was fun.
So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because we're talking about it. So why the Addams Family meets Gotham? I know you said that like that one video kind of inspired it, but I mean, it's genius. It fits right into the portrayals of the characters who are pretty spot on. Your Wednesday and Gomez especially, but like Addams Family and Gotham City, they should have always been together. I mean, like, it's the right aesthetic.
It's like they live there for real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, so I made I made a video where my IRS character meets Gomez, and it blew up. And then that became a 5-part thing of itself because each video kept blowing up. And then I was like, I just have to work the Addams Family somehow into some other video. And then I came up with the idea independently later of making a video of like a travel agent trying to sell Gotham to someone and be like, oh, but it's great because, you know, they got these carnivorous plants and shit all over the place. And I realized that it'd be really funny if they were pitching it to Gomez Addams, and at the end he was just like, I'll take it. It sounds amazing. And then I made that video, and then that blew up. And I was like, all right, so the Addams Family are in Gotham. What happens from here? And basically I just like looked through the comments and stuff. Someone's always got a cool idea of like, what happens if they meet this person, or I can't wait until they see this. And then I just keep going with it.
Like Solomon Grundy should be like an official Addams. I mean, like.
Yeah, honestly, right?
So I haven't seen any of these yet, but Bruce has talked to me about them. Have you done one where they joined a gang or like one of the crime mobs?
Yeah.
Because that'd be awesome.
I don't think they've ever joined. I play like real weird with the lore. Like, there's genuine lore I keep up with that is just my characters that sometimes confuses people who watch the videos. But like, I had Morticia Addams hospitalize the Joker.
She
was like a big thing.
You had her like that. It looked like she was gonna join the bad guys for a little bit, and then she
Yeah,
realized
she was
like
recruited. She was recruited to join the Suicide Squad,
Oh,
and I
hell
think
yeah.
I implied that she did serve on it briefly before coming back. But yeah, that's the closest we ever got to them being in a gang. Otherwise, the main vibe is that they just don't see the rogues as criminals. Like they're just because the other thing is Gomez doesn't like having money. Like that's from the old TV show. He tries to get rid of being wealthy a lot. And so they don't have a reason to really dislike any of the rogues gallery.
and they come and steal his money, and he just gives it to them.
Yeah, exactly. I have one video that I really like. That is, the entire thing is supposed to be just Gomez going to the Gotham National Bank, and at the end of it, he's like, "I want to put $24 billion worth of gold in your bank," and then one of the bank tellers is like, "You might as well just give it right to the villains. Then they're gonna come get it." And then he just says, "I thought that's what I was doing," and the teller's like, "Oh yeah, okay, never mind, we can take it." And then like that's the vibe of Gomez. Like he's just giving it out.
So you said Morticia was the closest to joining Suicide Squad. I was thinking of like Wednesday would.
Well, Wednesday started dating Damien.
Yeah, Wednesday's dating Damien.
Okay.
All sorts of weird things.
That's
happening,
awesome.
And they're like very fascinated by those who can come back, who have died and come back to life a bunch of times.
Yeah, Pugsley is his whole thing is Pugsley and Jason Todd are best friends because Pugsley loves the idea that Jason came back to life.
And then Constantine knows them all, and he knows Grandmama because she's
Yeah.
like the original witch in lore. And he's like,
Yeah.
Fuck, don't tell her I was here.
Constantine and Grandmama are old frenemies, I think, in my thing. And then, yeah, he's just like, he shows up in one of the episodes and just already knows the Addams family, and it's not explained.
I was thinking of when you said the dying thing about Jason Todd and everything. I thought you were going to go the route of Pugsley dies almost every skit, just like Kenny does in South Park.
Well, they can't die.
Right, but I was just thinking, I thought that's where he was going with it, but he was saying he likes Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Because he can
No,
do that. But I was
but
like,
yeah.
what if Pugsley can?
He really likes that Jason got to experience getting beaten to shit by a crowbar, and it's still.
And then Gomez thinks that the League of Shadows, the League of Assassins, is just a gentleman's club where they just fence.
Yeah, it was just like a frat that Gomez was in as a kid.
All right, so we're going to take it back over to the comics universe. Where in the comics would you want to reside in? Marvel, DC, Image, etc.?
Or even the MCU or the DCU. Like, it's up to you. What
Like, where would I want to live?
Yeah, what universe, comic-wise, would you want? 616, comic books, DC books, the movies, your pick.
Oh, I think 616. I'd like to be in the main comic Marvel universe for sure.
Nice. So, yeah, I dig 616, though. I think where I would go is 65. I like the alternate skew that Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider has on the characters. I think it's kind of fresh. It's not just not all the time a straight, like, oh, this guy was a good guy, so now they're a bad guy. It mixes it up a little bit on there. I mean, sometimes there's just a flip-flop. Sometimes it's the same character, but in a different light, too. So, like, Frank Castle is now a cop. He's still Castle. He does. So, like, not much changed. He's just got a badge now.
Oh, okay.
How about you?
Wait,
Henry?
I'm sorry. What was Frank Castle's a cop?
Yeah, in the Spider-Gwen universe.
Oh, in Spider-Gwen's universe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about Spider-Gwen's world. That's funny that they just make Frank a cop.
Yeah, so I think I would say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say I'm going wherever the Guardians go.
Okay.
Fair.
So wherever they're at,
616?
yeah, I'm just going to travel with
It's
them.
regular Marvel. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with
I
them.
mean, you probably would rather like the MCU then, because the Guardians team in the comics were all mind controlled to be in it by Mantis.
Okay, then I'll do the MCU.
Our Lord asking Mantis to mind control everyone to join his team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Guardians you like would be the MCU versions.
Yeah, I'll do it with them.
They're still cool in the comic book. They're just not it's not the same.
Star Lord is crazy in the comics. Like, I don't even know. I don't read a lot of Guardians comics. I don't know if they're trying to make Star-Lord like the same guy he's always been since the crisp ratification of him. But if, like, I know in Annihilation War, where he shows back up, it's supposed to be the same, like, old Golden Age character, but just returned. And he's like, he used to be in love with his ship. He has power over the elements. He is like genetically modified with all these robot parts. Like, he is wild. And he does shit like ask Mantis to mind control a bunch of people to make a team.
So, Nick, tell me about a day of filming. This is for future content creators out there listening to us and trying to get a feel for the process of it working.
So basically, I work now around 9 to 7 every day. So I don't have a lot of days dedicated straight to filming. But whenever I do, I basically spend time coming up with either the idea that I want to pursue or researching if I'm making like a 616 meets MCU video, researching the character in the comics. And then I get my lights. I turn off all the lights in my apartment. I turn on like lamps strategically to light me instead. And then I film all of my skits and videos chronologically, changing costumes and appearance each time for no real reason other than I improvise a lot and it's easier than trying to write the whole skit down earlier. That's what I do.
Nice. You got into my world vision of social media and stuff through my wife. I haven't been on TikTok before, and she was on TikTok, and she's like, hey, watch this. And it was the first Gotham Addams Family crossover, and then that got me hooked in everything else you do. But I'm like everyone else. I really did enjoy those, but I did get hooked more and continue watching your stuff with the 616, meeting the MCU versions, because I'm very well versed in the comic books. So therefore, like, I got the idiosyncrasies and like why this like would confuse them and be hilarious, juxtapositions on there. So, you went big, you're going big. My last question, and until we review this one, is like, you recently have worked with Marvel in such a way that you were promoting Gambit. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
How did that process happen?
So basically, back in the middle of making the MCU versus 616 videos, when they were really big last winter, like it was last December, Marvel reached out to me and said, well, actually, even further back, Marvel made a video on their channel last, like, October, saying they were looking for social media people to run their TikTok channel. And they, like, had a formal job application and everything. And a ton of big TikTokers applied. Like, I applied, Sir Superhero applied, Jay Stoobs applied, a bunch of people were vying for it. But it seems that so many people vied for it that they decided what they could actually do is just have people like each submit like 6 videos, like get everyone to do it on a contract basis and have all these big comic TikTokers run their account. So in December, they came to me finally and they were like, we want you to make 6 videos for us. And as time went on and we kept talking, 6 videos shrunk to 3 videos, which eventually became 2 videos. But I got paid for 3, so I'm not complaining. But basically, it was like when they came to me, they said, we need someone who can do the X-Men. And I'm pretty much the most high-profile X-Men TikToker that there is. Even though I dabble in other things, my love of the X-Men is pretty clear. And so the first thing I promoted for them was they were launching a new comic line called Destiny of X that came out last spring that I made an ad for about Moira McTaggart in the style of my usual 616 meets MCU videos. But it was Moira McTaggart meeting her past lives. And then they asked me what else I would be interested in promoting. And I told them that Gambit was my favorite thing in the universe. And so they actually managed to send me over 2 copies of like the first 2 issues of Gambit back in April, because it was supposed to come out in May, but they had to push it for scheduling reasons to July. So in April, I read the first 2 Gambit issues and I loved them. And I agreed to make an ad for them. And then I finally made it in July. and it went published right before the comic came out. The same day I think the comic came out for the public, and it was amazing. Chris Claremont, the writer of X-Men comics for forever, now follows me on Instagram. Which is amazing.
That's big. He's like your 90s and 80s like X-Men, like the things that most people now know from today came from his origins.
Anything that anyone who's not like specifically obsessed with the Krakoan age of the X-Men, anything anyone knows about the X-Men comes from Chris Claremont.
So basically, you're gonna play Gambit when they actually do it in the MCU.
Well, he had a video where they saw a casting call for a Louisianan person, and it was open for ethnicity and all that stuff. He was like, "It's me. I brainwash people to think that I look like him."
Okay, actually, that's very interesting because I don't look anything like Gambit, but the amount of people on the internet who think I do is hilarious, and I think it's just because I've played him so often that people have gotten confused. But I get that comment all the time.
It's the Mandela effect, buddy. In another universe, you are.
White, redheaded Cajun man.
Yeah.
And like, you look just like him. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Are you and Channing Tatum going to fight to see who gets to play him?
Maybe. Hopefully not, because Channing Tatum could beat my ass.
I didn't say it.
I don't know. He might be one of those guys who looks good but can't fight worth shit.
I will say I do regret the video I made about the casting call, because once the initial excitement about Gambit coming to the MCU passed through me, I was able to tell very clearly that it was not Gambit that casting call was referring to. Yeah. It's mostly a guy named oh my god, what's his name? Jeffrey? That can't be right. But it's like it's the son of the Assassin's Guild, not the son of the Thieves Guild.
Oh, yeah.
And the name is like only 2 letters off in the casting call. They only changed 2 letters. I was like, clearly that's who this actually is supposed to be for. My bad. And I made I recanted my view in a later video, but not as many people saw that one as the one of me getting excited about Gambit. So that was the way.
Damn.
So I'm excited about everyone's thoughts on this beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. 4.
Ooh. Lost for words today. No description and nothing.
No, man. It's just every time I go back to, I'm still trying to fight this head. As you can see, it's still there. But besides that, when I actually do taste the drink, it's really good. It's got the right amount of pear in it. Not too sure what else is in it because I forgot. I've just been enjoying
coconut.
Yeah, so the coconut and everything like that is just, it's good. It's a good mixture together. I think it could probably do without whatever's making it pink.
Okay.
And it
food coloring?
Yeah. Because it's something, man. There's something in here that's making it a little bit more, it's the thickness in it. I wish it was a little less thick, but I know it's not.
That's their style.
I know their style is thickness, but I wish it was slight less thick.
You want it to be more
just
seltzer.
I'm saying
less
a little bit
smoothie.
Just less, like very small thickness. Like I don't care. It's good. I like it a lot, but just make it a little less thick, please, for this one. I'm
there with you. I give it a 4.25. I do like the taste. I do agree with the one guy you said that, it's like a breakfast beer, a breakfast drink. I get that. I also get that I think if you put tequila in it, it might like spark it up a little bit too. But it's not the best Smooj we've had. The regular pina colada is still by far the best one. But I thoroughly enjoy it, and I do like the fact that, again, for all those out there, this is a 5%er, but it's easy to drink. It's light, and then it doesn't have all the sugar and all that stuff in there for you guys and ladies. How about you, Nick? What's your final thoughts on this beer and give it a rating?
I don't know. It's very sweet, very thick, and it's I'm not a big fan of seltzers in general. I would give it maybe like a 3.5.
That's not bad.
It's a good score. So we're going to go to our next sponsor.
Indiana Whiskey Company, located at 1115 West Sample Street, South Bend, Indiana. Open from Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a sampling room, but you can also purchase whiskey, bourbon, flavored whiskeys like chocolate and maple, which we have tried on a past episode. So, go give Indiana Whiskey Company a visit in South Bend, Indiana, or you can find them at your local liquor store. And if they don't have it, then ask them to carry it. Sign up for a tour at inwhiskey.com. Let's see if it ever drops.
Sherry.
There it is. Yeah. Dropping for no reason, my pants are never stopping because I hit the toilet and I got the Sesame Street on playing in the background while I'm hanging out in my Big Bird suit on the playground. What's happening there, man? I'm turning to a serial killer again. Got this mind sight, got this mind right, about to hit 'em all again. Sight, sight. Sight. Intrusive thoughts just happening for no reason. This Smooj got me feeling weird, man. Prickly pear, bruh. Free beats, no copyright, no reason. Free type beat 2022. Trap beat is no copyright by Beats Provider on YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
Welcome back, everybody. We took another shot break. And we are here with our third beer. And guess who has it? Bruce.
That's me, Fluffernutter Shake IPA from Westbrook Brewing Company. An IPA milkshake, 7% ABV, 20 IBUs. There's been check-ins of 607 of them for an average score of 4.02. Westbrook is a regional brewery at Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. The style guide says, milkshake IPA brewed with peanut butter and marshmallows. It contains lactose and peanuts. It should taste peanut butter, marshmallow, sweet, smooth, and layered. What does everyone think?
Dude, I can't just get over smelling this can.
It does smell like a peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich.
So
I can even smell the bread.
I know little Nicky doesn't know, but I love peanut butter. It's so good. And the fact that I'm just smelling it.
Get in the flask.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think so far?
I'm a fan of it. I really like the smell of it. I wish it tasted more like candy, like it smells, but otherwise, I'm a big fan.
So I've never had the Fluffernutter. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Really?
So what kind of candy is it?
It's not a candy. It's a peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich.
Oh, I was just going off what he said.
But it's like...
Oh, I also didn't know Fluffernutter was a real thing.
Oh.
It smells like
so
candy.
you don't get marshmallows. You can get those jars of marshmallow whip. Yeah, like that. And you spread it on there with peanut butter on bread.
Wow, dude. That's my first taste. I've just been smelling it. I just can't stop smelling it, dude. It's so nice. But that taste, man, wow.
It makes me forget that it is an India pale.
I don't even taste
It's not a
IPA.
double or a triple. Only at the very end, I get a little bit of hop.
Yeah, very, very rarely do companies really hide the IPA flavor. And when they do, I love it a lot. And the fact that I can barely taste the IPA in this, it's not even a smoothie or anything like that. You know, it's just like, I guess it's a shake. So it's not smoothie style, but it's a shake.
Yeah.
So what they did here is brilliant. You guys are hiding what I hate about IPAs, and you're giving me the flavor that I like a lot. And to me, it tastes more like a Fluffernutter lager. So do you love it or what, Nick?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I really like it. It's
Yeah.
like a version of the Sweep the Leg, but sweeter and like marshmallowier, which is nice.
Yeah, he told me you were an IPA guy.
Oh yeah, I really am. I wish I had known that you guys didn't like them. I could have drank something else.
No, but that's a part of the show. We drink things that we've never had before. So if it comes an IPA, it becomes an IPA.
Yeah, and if you like the IPAs, we'll drink IPAs with you. And look, I just discovered that I like this one.
That's
You
what we
know?
like bringing to the masses. You know, we're trying to dissuade people from saying like, try things.
Yeah, maybe the first one I was kind of cursing your name, but this one I'm like, all right, I take it back. You know, I recant what I said.
Well, because you got swept.
Dang.
He showed you no
that
mercy.
I know a lot of people don't like the hops. I'm a big fan of the hops.
Yeah,
That's why I like it, guys.
yeah, it's all good. Everybody's got their taste buds different, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad this one hides it very well.
And we're going to get a whole bunch of different opinions coming up.
Hit it. Dive review, dive review, da da dive review. Ooh, 1 star 2, 3 star 4, maybe a couple of 5s. A dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar reviews. Dive bar reviews is where I read 1 through 5 star reviews for dive bars I'll probably never visit. All right, let's do this thing. Today we're digitally visiting the 1UP in Sherman Oaks, California. You ever been there, Nick?
No, but I live there.
Oh,
so I should
shit.
check.
Maybe you're gonna check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Let me know if it's good or not, man, because you're about to find out if it is. All right, so Cahill starts us off with a summary of the bar in a 2-star review saying, "The 80s nostalgia is definitely there, but it feels like they rely on that factor. The menu design was a mess and very hard to read. When it came to the drinks and menu items, they were pretty standard for any general restaurant. I'll be honest, when I first heard of the restaurant, I thought it was a gamer-themed bar. Hence, the 1UP. When you get there, you realize that it's just a restaurant with some games in the back that plays a lot of John Hughes movies." And John Hughes is probably like the Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah, Breakfast Club and Weird Science. And
So
or
good movies.
Ferris Bueller,
Yeah,
like
really
good
good
classics.
movies, yeah.
Shermer, Illinois, man. He's enraptured by his beer. He has to wet his whistle.
Who, me?
No, owner. He took a break from talking.
And then I just did the Breakfast Club fist
He put his fist up as he's walking. I don't know. Nikhil and yourself might be too young to have seen these movies.
Oh, I love those movies.
No, I love John Hughes. Big fan. My girlfriend hates him though.
Well, it's time for a new one.
Together.
Trade
We
tight.
watched Pretty together, and she was not having it.
So it sounds like you need to watch Weird Science again. Create your own new girlfriend.
New Lisa. But don't go the route of the USA TV show. That wasn't so good.
There was a TV show of Weird Science.
Yeah, and it had a couple of seasons.
Oh,
My
really?
favorite. This is really like probably a rant for not this podcast, but my favorite thing about Weird Science is that they make the woman from a computer, but the woman ends up being magic. Accidentally and magic as they invent a living person as well.
So next up, we have Trevor Taylor with a 1-star says, "The service is excellent. The drinks are great, but the arcade is terrible. Half the machines, the joysticks are broken or sticky. The screens are cloudy and discolored. Very few of the machines are original. They do a multi-select thing. It's unlikely that I will come back. This arcade bar needs to level up its gaming machines or it's doomed to fail." All right, so next we got Michael Hahn with a 3-star says, "The vibe is great. Everyone seems like they're happy and having fun. The 80s theme is great. Movies, music, and decor came in when there was a group dressed in their favorite superhero shirts, which was cool. Service was great. They don't get a high rating because I ordered Cap'n Crunch wings. That sounds amazing. And they were undercooked and soggy. The fries were good. No high-end alcohol. Yamakasi was out. They offer valet and little street parking, except expected since it's on Ventura. The video games were from the 80s, but were always occupied. Wait can take a while."
He was on like a roller coaster. Like, oh, this was great. This is not so great. This was great.
The fact that they have Captain Crunch wings sound amazing.
Yeah. Except for the top of my mouth, it's already hurting.
Because of you scraping the shit out of it. Any of this so far make you want to go there, Nick?
Oh, I definitely want to go there. I was honestly sold on the 80s nostalgia from the 2-star review. This just keeps getting better. It's sad to hear the arcade sucks according to the 1-star, but...
Yeah, but the other guy said that everyone loved them, and he just couldn't get to play one.
That still sounds like it sucks, then. Like, the point of an arcade would be to play it, I think.
True.
Doesn't matter. I'd still like to go. And if it's in Sherman Oaks, it means it's real nearby me, so...
Oh, hell yeah, dude. And it sounds like he's going to throw on his Black Widow spandex, and he's going to go hit the clubs. All right, so we got Ava Mandrick with a 1-star janger says, "Someone suggested this place tonight, so I decided to try it out. I arrived there and asked the guy what's on their happy hour menu, and if cocktails were included for it. But instead, he was being condescending by saying, 'If you just open the menu, you'd see for yourself.' It was a rude response said in a rude tone. It didn't faze him if I needed help or customer satisfaction. After getting that response, I walked out and they simply lost my service. Regardless of him, it was overall slow service. Later on, I decided to walk back inside waiting to ask the guy his name for reference. He just looks at me and then he tells another lady working there to talk to me. So I ended up asking the lady what his name was, and his name is Jaime. I don't know if it's spelled the correct spelling. So here I am now writing a review about my unfortunate experience because I was looking forward to this place. Side face. Improve your customer service. 1 up, 1 down. Damn.
She said they lost her service. What service was she giving?
She wasn't getting any.
I know, but she said they lost her service. So what service was she providing?
Her customer service. Fuck you, Bruce. Jaime. You better watch out for Jaime when you go there, Nick. All right. We got Robert Rose with...
And I'll say, is Jaime here? And if they say yes, I'll leave.
Oh, he's out. He's out there.
I thought you could just go give him a high five. Wait up, man. She was a bitch.
She sucked. Her name was Eva Mandrake. Sounds like Mandrake from Hogsworth.
Right on my review.
Hogsworth sounds like a...
Yeah, there's your next video thing. Have 616 characters go to 1UP.
Oh my god, that's actually a good idea. That's a really good...
At Drunk with Buds, everyone.
Yeah. All right, Robert Rose with the 2-star says... Underwhelming. It's not a bar that's about arcade games. It's a bar that just so happens to have a weird selection of those 10-in-1 knockoff cabinets. This is a barcade that doesn't care about what the games it offers. Staff is nice and the beer selection is okay.
He was very aggressive about those games, but when it came to everything else about the place, he's like, okay.
Yeah, it was alright. It was fine.
And this only happens every so often, but we do have a response from the owner.
Ooh, bum, bum, bum.
Oh, yeah. And they say, yep, we are a bar first. We're about giving customers a valuable experience, great food and drinks, and free games. Hard to complain about free. The owners, both video game industry veterans, decided that giving their customers 800 plus games for free was better than 15 originals. They knew some purists wouldn't like that, but businesses aren't built for 3% of the populace. Glad to hear the service was good. That's important to us. BTW, all the games are in fact the original code displayed on the new old stock CRT monitors.
Well, what put the hammer down?
I know. If you don't like it, get the fuck out.
We're giving you free shit and it's good.
So it's basically like Hop Station. They got the games on the emulator. They have like all...
Except for they have big cabinets for them, it seems like.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever.
You get the feel of the 80s, but the technology of the now.
Yeah. So it's like actual, yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't complain. It's whatever, dude. I think the only original one that they have is like Mortal Kombat, which obviously that's a OG. It's going to be there by itself.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.
So we have T Frias with a 4-star review says, food and drinks are delicious. Great atmosphere, cool vibe. Love the music and the different 80s movies playing throughout the bar. Only setback is that the arcade games are not maintained. Although free, most are broken. It would almost be better to charge them so they can keep them running. Sad face.
I have a theme on all these reviews. Food good. Service sometimes good. Except for Jaime. Games. Games is a spin of the wheel. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad?
They call that the Jaime maneuver. All right, Natalie Rosado with a 5-star banger. She says, so glad I found this gem with a gem emoji. The atmosphere is very welcoming and chill. Chris is a very good bartender and server. There are multiple arcade kiosks to choose from, all with mostly the same games, except for Mortal Kombat and its own kiosk, and maybe 2 other ones. The cookie baked in a skillet with vanilla ice cream and top is so good, and is large enough to share with someone. I would highly recommend it for fellow gamers who are looking to play old school games and have a good time by the bar.
Wow, cookie, ice cream. Now we have a new service person. No more Jaime. Who we got here?
We have Curtis.
So when
Chris,
when you go, ask for Chris, and you get great service.
So when I first read this one, I read the cookie baked in a skillet with vanilla ice cream on top. So I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool 80s reference.
Yeah.
But now that I read it again, I was like, oh, it's vanilla ice cream. But I thought it was like a fucking...
You thought they were purposely trying to say vanilla ice.
Vanilla ice cream. They should do that. All right, last one, everyone.
Uh-oh, buckle your seatbelts.
Evan Malmgren with a 1-star says, they don't have Qbert.
They don't have what?
Qbert. That's the why they gave it a 1, because they didn't have Qbert.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a classic, man.
I mean, I agree. It is a classic game, but I don't know why would this influence the entire rating because they didn't have one classic game.
This is the kind of guy that I would walk up to, and if he's pissed that they don't have Qbert, I'd say, you know what, dude? Fuck your life. Come over here to this Mortal Kombat and challenge me, bitch, and I will finish you.
I thought you were going to say, like, we'll go outside. I'll stack up some cubes. We'll jump around on top of them.
We'll jump around. We can beat Hubert.
No, I chose the violent way out. All right, so if you're ever in Sherman Oaks, California, then swing on by the 80s Dive, the one-up. 80s flicks are played throughout the bar, and the arcade is free. Arcade machines may not even work, but you'll be sure to have a great time with drinks and food that will stop the world and melt with you. You know I don't care if you go or not. It's your life. All right, back to me, Honer.
Hey, Honer, back to you.
Hey, guys, I'm back. So, Dive Bar Reviews is over, so if you guys want to go there, go ahead. But I probably won't, but Nick will, so that's cool.
I think I definitely will. I'll ask them why they don't have Qbert. I will represent.
All right, so now we're going to rate this beer. How'd you like it, Nick? What do you give it?
I liked it a lot. I drank it already, all of it.
Oh, yeah, I'm almost there.
I'd give it a 4, I think.
Nice. I'm going to give it a 3. I do like the peanut butter, and it's all around good. I just don't know what it's just not hitting me just right. I don't know if it's because of what we had just before or anything like that. You know, I think I'm going to change my mind. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's an India Pale Ale, but I can't really tell except for the last bite. I'm going to give it a 3.75. I'm going to give it a big jump. I know I said 3, but I got to give it props. It's doing wonders to usually something I don't like. So I'm going to give it a big bump here. So a 3.75.
I'm going to give it a 4 as well. I really like it. It's hiding the IPA flavor. Now, as I'm drinking it a little bit more and it's getting a little bit warmer, I do taste hints of the hops, but they're not killer like the first one was. Like triple IPAs should have hit it harder than this one did, but still, I prefer this one over the first one, and I'm going to sit there with the 4 as well.
We did learn earlier in the seasons that IPAs tend to have more of the IPA taste that you want. If you like IPAs, the warmer they get. Like, you're not supposed to have a lot of the IPAs super cold. So, so more of the aromatics and the flavor will come out as it gets warmer.
Yeah, it's funny because we learned that from Ayla Jalen, who is also another TikToker. We learned it from her
dad, Big Chief.
Big Chiefy. He was like, it's supposed to be warm, and we had it in like the coldest fridge ever. And we're like,
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
We're beer lovers, not experts.
Yeah, damn it.
Speaking of where you can become a beer expert, you can get beers from here. Okay, guys, check out the Devore app on your Apple or Android device and try beers across 47 different states. Build your own custom box of the craft beers you'll love, or enroll in a subscription, and it'll automatically snag the highest rated beers that suit your taste. No minimums or commitments. Get your hand-picked beers delivered right to your doorstep for a flat fee. Yep, any amount of beer, or you'll ship for free with a subscription. And for being a first-time user, you can use our promo code DRUNKWithBuds to get $10 off your first order of $25 or more. Bruce the Beer Bandit uses Devore to get our beers for the show, so you know it's legit. That's promo code DRUNKWithBuds for $10 off your first order of $25 or more.
Yeah. I'm immune to these bitches. They be coming at me like we playing Quidditch. Now I'm a motherfucking wizard. Hanging out with all these motherfucking witches, and I'm trying to put them on the potion that I got. This potion will knock you out your socks. Yeah, now we gonna box. I don't know why we're boxing now, but we are a bunch of kangaroos in my bed, hanging out with all these tunes playing in the background like I'm doing Sandman, and I'm chilling out with Johanna. That's, yeah. Constantine. Constantine. Now I'm drinking on some lean, and I'm leaning in the scurvy. Gonna get some little scurvies. I don't know what I'm saying, man. Yeah. Free beats, no copyright, immune, free type beat, 2022, trap beat, instrumental, white preach, fratter on YouTube. Welcome back, man. We just took a couple shots of Jack. Just kidding, we didn't. Indiana whiskey, bitch. And now we're on the last beer, and this one's causing me pain. Just kidding, it's killing it. It's the Castaway Painkiller 2022, Martin House Brewing Company. Sour fruited, 9.1% ABV, not available IBU. Only 493 check-ins, 4.08 out of 5 average. And Martin House Brewing Company is a regional brewery from Fort Worth, Texas. Details, style guide, rum barreled aged sour with orange, pineapple, and coconut, aged 6 months in rum barrels. Sour, coconut, rum, citrus, mango.
Well, the smell tells me that it doesn't taste like it doesn't smell like a beer. It smells like I'm got a cocktail. Like it needs a little umbrella, a piece of pineapple on the rim. It smells delicious.
It smells like a painkiller, but it smells a little bit more citrusy. You ever had a painkiller, Nick?
No, I have not.
So they're pretty heavy duty, man. Honestly, I think that's why they're named painkiller, because they fucking numb.
They kill the pain, yeah.
They numb shit. But I haven't tried this yet.
I have. It's pretty spot on. I don't think I'm drinking a beer.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, they're not kidding about the sour thing. That's for sure.
No, it's definitely hitting you in the jowls, isn't it?
Ooh, I like this.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking of what's that shit that numbs the fuck out of you?
Novocaine?
Yes, I that's exactly how I felt when I sipped it. I feel like all my pain in life is just going away now.
It has a great aroma. I get the mango at the finish. It's on the tongue, just dancing, doing like a little like can or something. And it's got citrus through, a little bit of jowl action. I get the pineapple is just rampant, coconut. It just tastes like a mixed drink to me. And then I am the proponent of can art. And this company always delivers.
Especially the one with the ladies on it, man. They've been killing it with their art styles.
Now, Nick, you didn't get to see this, but we'll probably do some kind of video. But these cans come in specialty boxes. And they go all out on these box arts, too. It's a bigger version of the cans. And they've done that for all of their beers that we've gotten from them before, except for Miss Marmalade, which is my favorite lady from Martin House.
I would have kept that box and used it as a fleshlight.
I don't know if I need to know that.
I'm just kidding.
So, Nick, tell us more about what you think of this beer. Is it beer to you, or is it a mixed drink?
It tastes more like a mixed drink for sure. And it smells and tastes so much of pineapple. I feel like that's kind of overpowering the rest of the flavors in it.
Okay. I mean, I do get that. For me, I get that mango on the end. It just sits on the tongue.
I feel like the mango is overpowering in this one.
I get the rum. I can definitely tell that it was soaked in rum barrels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like like I've said before, it's like put your lips on the side of a rum barrel on the inside and just start sucking on it. And that's the flavors you're getting in this can.
I can see why Johnny Depp's character just wanted rum.
Makes me feel like I'm playing Q*bert in the alley.
I love Jack Sparrow so much.
Everyone loves Jack Sparrow.
Except for Amber Heard.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where's his money, bitch?
She loved.
All right, so you want to get into the last segment?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Bruce.
Trivia, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Trivia.
You know you're wrong if you're not right. If you're right,
Bruce
if you're not
Trivia.
wrong. It's time for Bruce Trivia.
Bruce Trivia coming at you live.
Welcome to Bruce Trivia. I'm your host, Bruce, and it's time for some vicious, vicariously strong, simple to to Disjarring Juxtaposition Trivia. Today we're going to do superhero trivia here. A little superhero trivia. These are all in the lines of like their origins, and your answer will have to be the name of the superhero and or who they are. So like number 1.
Oh, are we buzzing?
Nope.
Okay.
He gets the first hint.
All right.
Yeah, we're passing it.
Bit by a radioactive. That's your first clue.
Just bit by a radioactive?
Yep. And if you know your superheroes, that could be a lot of them.
And I got to guess the superhero?
If you want to go for it right now, if you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you get -1.
Get it right, get it tight.
Spider-Man.
No, that's incorrect. -1.
Damn.
Clue number 2, Honer, it'll go to you for 2 points. Again, the passing can go until we get the right answer. So we got -1 and you get 0.
Yeah, go on.
On Earth 65.
Fuck it.
If you can pass it.
Miles Morales.
-1 to -2. All right, Nick. The last clue.
Last clue? What?
Yep, the last clue for 3 points. When became a version of Venom, there are tiny little spiders that make up their costume, not an ooze. Tiny, millions and millions of tiny little spiders.
Oh, is it Spiders Man?
Spiders Man? Is that your final answer?
That's a real guy, and he's made up of thousands of spiders.
Okay. I didn't know that, but no, that would be incorrect. You're at -4 to -2. The answer is Ghost Spider and or Spider Gwen. From Earth 65, she was bitten by a radioactive spider. Later on, she becomes a venomized version of them, but it's not the same venom as everyone else. It's tiny, tiny little spiders that make up her suit.
Oh my god!
I was gonna say Spider Gwen, but I didn't know her origins at all.
There was
Spiders Man.
Spiders Man. I looked him up.
The biggest clue was earlier in the show. I did talked about Spider Gwen from being Earth 65, which was in the clues. Way to follow along, drunkards.
I was not at all.
All right, Honer. You normally would go second because I thought Nick would get all of these. But he's the biggest loser right now at -4 to your -2.
I like that.
So you get to go first, Nick. On this one, the first clue is radioactive chemicals that gave Daredevil.
Oh, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So you're just going to answer. Okay, that's correct for 1 point. That might have been one that I would have passed on. But yes, the same chemicals that made Daredevil made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Are they in the MCU or at Marvel?
No, the creators...
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started out as a parody, and their introduction is that chemicals bounced off of some fucking kid and hit them in the sewers. And the kid is supposed to be implied to be Daredevil.
Oh.
And hence, Daredevil always fights the hand, but they fight the Foot Clan.
Okay. That's wild. But they can see, though.
-3 to -2. Honer still has the lead. Nick, you get to go first again. Right. Chemical X was added to the mix. Chemical X was added to the mix. Nick, do you wish to... He passes. Second clue for you, Honer. Chemical X was added to the mix that a friendly scientist was trying...
Powerpuff Girls.
That is correct for 2 points.
Hell yeah.
You are now 0.
Woo, yeah. As soon as I heard Chemical X.
All right, Yes.
No, I mean, it's about that shit. Do you know originally it was called Can of Whoop-Ass, and then they made them change it?
No, I did not.
Powerpuff Girls was?
Yeah, and the original Powerpuff Girls pilot, it was a can of Whoop-Ass fell into the thing.
Oh, like it was spelled a way for kids to...
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that's funny.
But then the censors were like, no, so they changed it to Chemical X.
That's awesome. I would have liked that.
All right, it's -3 to 0. Nick, you're going to keep going first until you can pass him.
All right.
The first clue, when this person was accidentally moved to Earth 616.
Pass.
Honer, where all the superheroes are now real, this person can manipulate. You can answer or pass.
Where all superheroes are real, this superhero can now manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I'm not going to say him because I'm thinking of him.
You know, you get minus if you get it wrong.
Yeah. But, all right, yeah, we'll give it to him.
He passes. Superheroes are now real. This person can manipulate everything like they were in comic book panels and pages from their Earth. Nick, that's the last clue.
It's Gwenpool.
Yeah.
That is correct for 3 points. It's 0-0.
I was thinking of either Doctor Strange or Professor X.
Okay.
What? 616?
No, motherfucker, I don't know any of these universes, so I'm just listening to what the powers are or whatever. Like, I don't know any of that.
Okay. This one only has two clues. I'll give you that, guys. This one has 1 point or 2 points. It's not even, so always give the advantage to the guest. Nick, are you ready?
I am ready.
A blood transfusion
I feel like I know, but pass.
from their cousin
Yeah.
made them. Honer, you can either answer for 2 points, or you can't pass it, or you lose 2 points.
Yeah, but then I would lose anyway.
Or you could get it right.
A blood transfusion from their cousin. Fuck it. Either way, Blade.
It's She-Hulk.
Okay.
She-Hulk. So
Is Hulk her cousin?
yes.
Yeah.
I thought they
That's
were. I always thought they were fucking.
No.
Oh.
They are actually also fucking in some universes and briefly in 616.
Okay.
But they are cousins. She gets it when they get into like an accident and she needs a transfusion. And he gives her to blood.
But they're cousins.
But they're cousins. Yeah.
Okay.
You got a nice little lead here. It's 0 to -2. Honer, you get to go first because he's in the lead. A yellow sun.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, pass. Fuck it.
Gives this alien not from Earth his powers.
Oh, fuck. This is DC? What the hell? Pass.
He wears a letter on his chest.
He wears it on his chest.
A yellow sun gives him his powers, and he's not from Earth. That's all the clues you have.
And he wears it on his chest.
A letter.
The letter. And if I pass, what happens? We both lose?
No, there's another clue.
Yeah, fuck it. Go to him.
You might think that his home planet is an element on the periodic table.
Oh, I don't know.
This is it. It's 4 points for you or -4. Nick, what do you got?
Wait, I have to guess?
You have to guess.
What the? Alright.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't know.
A yellow sun gives this alien his powers. He's not from Earth. He wears a letter on his chest, and
I feel like the obvious answer is Superman, so I won't say that. But the yellow sun, which is what our sun is, gives him power. But you say he's from Earth.
no, he's not from Earth. This is what I said.
Oh, not from Earth. Shit. Yellow sun, not from Earth, wears a letter on his chest. I don't know, Sentry?
Superman was correct.
Damn.
-4, -2. We only got.
That's upsetting. Hey, I didn't get credit for knowing She-Hulk. I feel like that should give me. I should know.
Yeah,
that.
but it wasn't on you to answer. You didn't.
No, he answered it, but I think we got to 0 on that one.
Okay, you know what? It's -2 to -2. Bruce stretching it up here. It's all tied. We got 2 left.
We were on 0 for that one. Damn it. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, Nick, you get to go first. Empowered finger jewelry.
Again, I feel like I know it, but I don't know if you're gonna let it happen. I say pass.
Gives an entire legion of creatures power.
Fuck.
Repeat the whole thing.
An empowered finger jewelry gives a whole legion of creatures power.
Am I just thinking of the superhero, right? Green Lantern.
That is correct.
Hey-oh!
I knew that.
This one's for all the marbles, guys. All the marbles.
So what am I at?
It's 0 to -2.
That's right. Just want to hear it out loud.
So I'm going to double all the points. We'll start at 2. Nick, you get to go first. You can play for the tie by getting it right off the bat, or you can chance it. Do not try this at home, mixing chemicals with...
Oh, what the hell? That's so... I want to say Flash.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
It's a tie ball game. We got to go to the tiebreaker question.
Tie ball. I got tight balls.
All right, Nick, you get to go first because you're the guest. This person was born with their powers, but manifested when his father...
Oh my God, that could be anybody.
There's a lot of redundancies of superhero origins here, so this is
Uncle
why
Ben.
this
Pass.
was shot in front of him. He manifested,
So he was born with his powers.
but they manifested when he saw his father shot in front of him.
Batman.
You're giving an answer.
Yeah, fuck it. Batman.
He has no powers.
I know he doesn't, but his father was shot.
So you win automatically, so congratulations. But do you want to try to give a guess here, Nick, just to really rub it into Honer's face?
Is it going to negative me?
No.
No, you won already.
All right, Wolverine.
That is correct.
His dad got shot. So I didn't even know that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you like to give a little bit of victory speech there?
Yeah. I've been reading comics for a very long time, since I was a little child. It feels good that finally benefited me in some way.
So now that you have won, and you're toasting all of us with your victory, and you're toasting with this beer, what do you think of it?
I like it, but I also drank less of this one, I think, than the rest, so I'd give it like a 3.
All right. I think it tastes just like a painkiller. I think the only difference is there's no accoutrements with it. There's no pineapple, no tiki glass or what have you. But the artwork kind of makes up for that. It's very strong. I can taste the alcohol, which in this case I'd like because it's leaning into the cocktail taste. So I'm going to give it a 4.25.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.25. It's all right. I wish it was a little bit better. I don't know. I think it's just, I'm good on it.
Next up is what, Honer?
Shouts out to Top 15 Cities downloaded our last episode.
Chicago, Illinois, Granger, Indiana, Denver, Colorado, Monterey, Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Troy, Ohio, Bayonne, New Jersey, Franklin, Maine, Hesse, Germany, Somerville, South Carolina, Clemens, North Carolina, Lynn, Massachusetts, Mishawaka, Indiana, Drummondville, Quebec, Canada, North Liberty, Indiana, Buffalo, New York, South Bend, Indiana, Bastrop, Texas, Varnez, Quebec, Canada, Peoria, Indiana, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Charlotte, North Carolina, Valparaiso, Indiana, Rialto, California, Nappanee, Indiana, Darlington, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Massachusetts, Kansas City, Missouri, Sherman, Illinois,
Whoa.
Bradenton, Florida, London, England, UK, Jersey City, New Jersey, and Independence, Missouri. Just so we know, there is also Brisbane, Australia was the next one, but it was after the 15.
Australia, love you forever.
Now it's last call, Nick. This is where we select a beer that you've had today when the bartender is asking for last call. It might not be your favorite, but what beer do you think you want to end your night on?
I think I would go with Spook the Leg, honestly.
Nice. Honer?
Yeah, out of all these today, let's see. What was the third one? Yeah.
Fluffernutter?
Yes, that one, definitely. Fluffernutter in my mouth, please.
I'm going to finish with the one we just had tonight. I'd like the high alcohol. It's going to be easy to drink. Go big or go home. I liked it more than the IPA earlier. That was a 10%er, so this is pretty close. It's 9%. I'm going to finish with the Martin House Painkiller 2022. I also like rum a lot, so this is right in my wheelhouse.
I think I'm going to feel so good tonight that I'm just going to be like waking up floating above my bed.
So we need
That's
Ghostbusters.
That's gonna be my superhero origins.
Drink so much you just float. The floater. So this is time for signing the guest book. Nick, we need you to grab a Sharpie from your collection. Pick the beer that was your favorite of the night, which is
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the Leg. Give it a nice John Hancock of your autograph and send that back to us. We'll pay for the shipping. We have this nice shelvings in our studio here of all the beers from all the guests we've had in the past with their autographs on there. It's our version of a guest book of being on the show. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad you're on the show. And we love your vids, your TikToks, your YouTubes and stuff like that. Why don't you promote them right here? It's time to do that. Tell us all your social medias.
I'm Nikhil Clayton on TikTok and YouTube, and real Nikhil Clayton on Instagram, because there is a fake version of me that also exists and took Nikhil Clayton before me. And then that's basically it. I'm going to be starting a Twitch thing soon, but that's not started yet, so I won't plug it yet. But keep an eye out for Nikhil Clayton on TikTok and YouTube.
And buy Gambit comics.
Yes, and buy the Gambit comic, and then tell everyone when you buy it that you bought it because of me, so that they realize that I'm a very essential person.
Because he is. I mean, recently you went to a premiere, didn't you, of something?
I've been to 3 premieres at this point. I went to the Black Phone, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Bullet Train. I was hoping to go to She-Hulk, but it does not seem like that will be the case.
They knew that you were going to like throw some shade on She-Hulk and Bruce Tridia.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped.
She fucks her cousin.
So I'm Bruce the Beer Bandit on everything, and except for Twitter, which is Beer Bandit Bruce. You can go to the website on drunkwithbuds.weebly.com. I also recently just purchased drunkwithbudspodcast.com from GoDaddy. I will have those two merged here in a little bit. We're on everything. Instagram, Facebook.
Find us everywhere.
Twitter. Honer, what about you? What's your social media?
Yeah, so I'm Honer Creations on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I make dumbass videos for dumbass videos like me.
You're a dumbass video?
I make dumbass videos for dumbass people like me. And I'm also the social media guy for Drunk with Buds. So if you're talking to us, you're talking to me.
We have merch on Teespring, Drunk with Buds at Teespring. Check out our stuff, buy our stuff. All the pricing is laid that we get little to no money. We just want you to have our merch and enjoy it.
Yeah, we just get a little bit of the teat.
It's like pennies, really.
But yeah, thank you for hanging out, Nick. We appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
You've been a great guest. Well, I'd love to have you back on in the future. And it's time for you. You've heard Honer rap all day.
Now it's time for Nick
you
to rap.
To
All right, so on this beat, which is no copyright beats time, hard hip hop, rap, instrumental 2019, no copyright beats on YouTube.
I'm not sure.
It's okay.
He's not gonna rap. Is that cap or not? Cause I think he's gonna rap. Now I'm litting in this kitchen and I'm wearing my hat. And I'm loving everything that I'm doing cause I'm wrapping it up like a gift. Now everybody sit and watch and witness that I'm doing this shit. And I'm gonna make you a kit. If you need it, then just ask it and I'm gonna give it to you just like Venom did in Carnage. And I'm going in it just like Alien. Like, what's her name?
Ripley?
Yeah, just like Ripley when she killing the motherfucker. Yeah, I'm so fucking drunk. Drunk with buds, bitch.
Stay sexy.
Stay
I love
sexy.
that. That was great. Yeah.
Thank you for being you.
Thank you. Thank you for being you.
Damn, dude.